My name is Aleena, and I am 22 years old. I want to tell you about my life, my dreams, my struggles, and the journey that made me who I am today. Growing up in a small town in America was not always easy. Life seemed simple from the outside, but inside, it was full of dreams, worries, and lessons. I was 16 when I first realized that life was bigger than my small town. I lived with my parents and my younger brother Liam. My father worked in an office downtown, and my mother was a nurse at the local hospital. They loved me very much, but like many parents, they had rules and expectations. You must focus on school first, my mother always said. Everything else can wait. Dreams are important, Aleena, my father added, but don't forget reality. I understood their words, but sometimes it felt like my dreams were too big for this quiet town. I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to write stories that could touch people's hearts, make them feel hope, love, and courage. But chasing a dream in a place where people valued grades more than passions was not easy. School was a mix of fun, struggles, and sometimes sadness. I loved reading and writing, and my teachers often praised my essays. But life at school was also about friendships, gossip, and learning who to trust. My best friend was Sarah. We had been friends since elementary school. We shared secrets, laughter, and sometimes tears. But as we grew older, things began to change. Sarah became more popular. She joined the cheerleading team and started spending time with other girls. Slowly, she spent less time with me. I felt lonely sometimes, but I didn't want to lose my best friend. I kept quiet, hoping things would go back to the way they were. One sunny morning, everything changed. I was walking to school when I saw a new boy near the park. He looked nervous and lost. "Hi," I said, smiling. "Are you new here?" He looked at me and nodded. "Yes, I'm Jake. My family just moved here. I'm Aleena," I said. "I can show you the school if you want." Jake's face lit up. "Really? That would be great. Thank you." From that day, Jake and I became friends. We shared lunch, studied together, and slowly became very close. He listened to me, laughed at my silly jokes, and encouraged me to follow my dreams. I liked him more than I wanted to admit, but I was also afraid. What if telling him how I felt ruined our friendship? At home, life was not easy either. My parents noticed I spent more time writing and less time on homework. "One day, Aleena," my mother said gently, "you need to focus on school first. Stories are fun, but grades are important." "I know, Mom," I replied softly, "but writing makes me happy. It helps me express myself." My father nodded. "We understand, Aleena. Just remember to balance your dreams with reality." Even with their advice, I couldn't stop dreaming. My stories were my world, my escape, and my hope. One Friday, our school announced a writing contest. My heart raced. This was my chance to show my talent. But I remembered my mother's words and felt torn. Should I focus only on homework or follow my dream? I talked to Jake that evening. "You should do it," he said. "This is your passion." Don't let anyone stop you. I stayed up all night writing my story. I poured my heart into every word. I wrote about courage, love, and hope. When I finished, I felt proud. The next week, the results came. My story won first place. My teacher praised me, and even students I didn't know came to congratulate me. That day, I learned a very important lesson. Small victories can feel huge when they come from following your dreams. but life never stays easy for long. Sarah's behavior became worse. She laughed at my ideas and ignored me in the hallways. It hurt deeply, but I learned something important. Not everyone will support you, and sometimes friends can disappoint. I had Jake and my writing, and that was enough to keep me moving forward. One Saturday, Jake and I walked through the town park. We laughed, talked about our dreams, and shared our hopes for the future. Jake wanted to be a photographer. I told him about my writing dreams. We realized that even though our passions were different, we understood each other perfectly. I started noticing feelings I had never felt before. I liked Jake more than a friend, but I was scared to say it. One evening, I wrote a story about a girl and a boy who were best friends, but slowly realized they loved each other. Writing about my feelings gave me courage. Weeks later, our school held a big dance. I was nervous. I didn't have the perfect dress or makeup. The popular girls were excited, and everyone seemed to look at me differently. Jake noticed my hesitation and said, "Don't worry about them. Just have fun." That night, I danced, laughed, and for the first time in weeks, felt free. After the dance, Jake and I walked home under the stars. My heart beat fast as I finally said the words I had been holding inside. "Jake, I think I like you. More than a friend." He smiled softly. "Aleena, I like you too. I was waiting for you to say it." My heart felt like it would burst. It was my first real love, and it was magical. I learned that life could be both challenging and beautiful at the same time. But life had more lessons for me. A few weeks later, my father lost his job. Our family worried about money, and I felt a sense of responsibility. I wanted to help, even though I was only 16. I started tutoring younger students and helping my mother at home. It was hard, but I felt proud to contribute. Through all these challenges, I continued writing. My stories became deeper, reflecting my struggles, my happiness, my heartbreaks, and my love. Writing was no longer just a hobby. It was my way to survive, to understand life, and to express my feelings. Sarah eventually came to me. "Aleena, I'm sorry for what I did. I was jealous of you," she admitted. I smiled. "It's okay, Sarah. We can start fresh." It wasn't perfect, but I learned an important lesson. People can change, and forgiveness is part of life. By the time I turned 18, I had grown so much. I had learned to balance school, family, friends, love, and dreams. I understood that life in America, like anywhere else, had challenges. But it also offered opportunities for growth, hope, and happiness. Sitting by my window on a rainy evening, I wrote in my diary, "Life is not perfect. People may hurt you, dreams may feel far away, and friends may leave. But love, courage, and hope make life beautiful. I am young, but I am strong. My journey is just beginning, and I am ready for whatever comes next." Now, as I tell you my story, I realize how much I have grown. I have faced heartbreak, friendship struggles, family challenges, and fear of failure. But through all this, I discovered something powerful. Life is what you make of it, and dreams are always worth chasing. I am Aleena, 22 years old. My journey is not over. I am still learning, still dreaming, and still growing. But I know one thing for sure. I will never stop believing in myself, my dreams, and the beautiful life that awaits me. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to my channel for more amazing stories like this. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video.